What is up, guys? Mega Gabby back with another video, and today is another review. And this is something I don't do that often, but I found this and I was like, you know what, I've got the whole set. I haven't seen many videos on it, so I just figured I'd review it. And this is the Halo Blind Bag Series 2, Halo Infinite Blind Bag Series 2 to be more precise. So, first, here's the series just at a glance. And then here is the packaging. And I think the packaging is honestly really good. I like that it's kind of a battlescape in the background, and then they have the ship in the middle. I think it looks good. I mean, can't complain. But now we're going to go on to individual figures. So the figure that we're going to start out with is the Banished Jackal. And this figure is really nice. It's probably my favorite Jackal in this model. The red looks really nice, and considering that I think there's only one other way to get the Banished Jackal, I think that this is an awesome way to build them up. I do think this mold is a little weird because it's so big, but it's still really good. It looks nice. The details are really nice. The face paint is nice, and so I personally think this is a good figure, and I will definitely be using him in Banished mocks. The back, he does not have a hole in the back, so if you like to use that for posability or things like that, it really won't work out, but I think they had to do it to make them look slender like jackals are supposed to. So yeah, small problem, but overall I think a really good figure. Here are the weapons for the jackal. You have the red plasma pistol, which I really like, honestly. It's I hope they actually have this in game where you can have a banished plasma pistol, because it'd just be cool. And then they have the shield, and you can't really tell from my camera, but the shield actually has some really nice fleck in it. I don't really know how to describe it, but it looks very, I feel like it looks more unique and interesting, so I definitely like that. So next we have the green Spartan CQC, and I've already knocked it off a little bit. Honestly, I just feel like the green Spartans, I know they're the most realistic and they actually would have camouflage, but I just don't care about them that much for some reason. It's not a bad figure, it's just very medium for me. It has it's got the pinhole, which is good. I do like that they have a different colored shoulder pauldron, and then this green and brownish mix I think is really nice. Then again, I don't care for the green Spartans, admittedly, but for what it is, I think it's really good. I would say this is probably my least favorite of the series, though. Now, here we have his weapon, which is actually one of my favorites, and that is the Mangler. The Mangler is a new weapon for Halo Infinite, and so I like it, and honestly, it might kind of look better than the not the Brute Shot, but the Needler Rifle, and probably better than the Mauler, which I assume is its competition. So yeah, I think this is a really nice weapon, and I'm excited to get this mold. Up next we have the Ronald McAnubis Spartan. And this is a weird figure because I kind of do like it because it's unique, it's interesting, but I'm going to think of Ronald McDonald every time I look at it. The helmet is of course nice. The Anubis helmet is honestly one of the nicest figures that they have created. But it's just the color is a little weird. The thick full shoulder pauldrons I like. They make him look really tanky, which I think is cool. There's something about that armor where there's those little bumps in it that I think are really nice, and I hope they keep doing this differentiated color, but red and yellow might not be a hit for me. But still, I like that they're trying something new, and I think this is a cool figure for a lot of people. So up next we have the DMR, and Mega. This is kind of a weird thing because it's a DMR, but it doesn't have a scope. It might have come with a scope, but as you know, those pieces are really small and they're easy to lose. But honestly, I think this looks good. It would look better with some sort of target indicator, though. So, not bad. Up next, we have the Spartan Mark 5B. And this is one of the, I think, probably my favorite Spartan of the series, because it's a nice blue color. It's not too gaudy. It looks nice, and it's also got that really bulky George armor, which I like. It looks like he has some sort of I don't really know, either fuel or some sort of bomb that he carries, and I don't know, it makes him look really tanky, and it's really cool. Let's see if I can get a little bit of better picture. I think that the 2 different colored shoulder pauldrons make a really nice touch. And then I don't know what it is about this little bump in the top of this armor, but it looks really nice. Not all blue, has a nice gray and blue mix. I think it's a really nice figure. And then he comes with a, you know, you always need assault rifles, and what I like about his is it's one of the new models, so it can have the muzzle flash, which adds so much to dioramas, and that's kind of the most important part of figures for me, is what they do for a diorama. Spartans don't really, I don't use that many Spartans in dioramas, but this one is really cool, and honestly I could see myself using it at some point for something, I'm not sure yet, but I think this is my favorite Spartan of the series. And now for my favorite, wow, it's my favorite grunt of the series. It's honestly such a good grunt. That purple, it doesn't look as good on camera as it does in person. It has a nice purple shine. It's very like past Covenant looking. It comes almost completely put together, which is really nice. I think that Mega was probably listening when we were talking about, like, when the community was like, these grunts are hard to put together. The one thing that I don't like is when you try to put any weapon aside from a plasma pistol in their hands, it kind of has to be slid into certain positions. It's a little bit annoying, but they did a great job with this mold. The only thing they could add is maybe like elbow joints. I think that would really go a long way, but it's a really good figure. I think that the Covenant figures and Banished figures really outshine the UNSC figures in this series, but I think this figure doesn't illustrate it as much as the next one does. It comes with a purple needler. You can never complain. It's a purple needler. Pretty good. You probably got thousands of them. Yeah. The next one. So this is my favorite figure of the series. It's this black Elite Ultra. You can have it as a Spec Ops Elite. It's amazing. I literally bought 5 of them today. Maybe bad impulse control, but worth it because I will use it a ton. This is my favorite Covenant figure ever in any blind bag series. I've liked some other figures, but this is just kind of next level. Like, it's got these nice shoulder pauldrons that kind of have a spikiness to them that really makes them look a little bit more intimidating. The blue eye on them is painted perfectly, so it looks really good. I might be just molded on. I'm not sure how it works. The Elite Ultra helmet is always nice, but that black and gray mix is just brings out the sharpness in it. And honestly, seeing it on camera really doesn't do it justice compared to how good it looks in person. If you're going to get any figure from the series, I highly recommend this figure. The one complaint is it comes with a Covenant carbine, which, you know, it's a good weapon. It's honestly in a nice color, but I would have rather had an energy sword or something like that. But, you know, you can't complain. Perfect, almost perfect figure. I'd say it is in competition with the Delta Series Marine for my favorite blind bag series ever. And I don't think anyone's gonna ever beat the Delta Series Marine, but it's still a really good figure. Don't let that turn you away from this figure by any means. Here we have the active camo Spartan Trailblazer, and while I'm not really a fan of the active camo figures, I think that Mega kind of wastes who they make the active camo figures. They need to make them elites or things that would actually use active camouflage. Like that Elite Ultra in an active camouflage would be perfect, because then you could make a squad in a mock that is actually, you know, sneaking up on someone. In Spartans, it's okay because I guess they could technically use it, but I don't think it's really as good for diorama builders. Still, the active camo that they actually use is really nice, and this is the Trailblazer, who I think is a really cool figure and will probably end up in one of my fire teams. So eventually, I'm sure that I will use this active camouflage. I think it's kind of hard to describe it in person, but honestly, it's a really nice figure. Like, it has a nice mold, has a nice chest piece. That Trailblazer helmet is super nice. Again, my camera doesn't really pick up enough of it, but the Trailblazer, it's just a really cool figure here. I've got one right up here. I mean, that's a nice figure. I guess I can use the active camo to be this figure in diorama, so I can't complain too much. It's decent. Then we have his weapon is the shotgun, the semi-automatic shotgun, which I think is a really awesome weapon. Probably one of my favorite weapon molds of the Infinite series. I don't know how I'm going to use it like this, but it's still pretty cool. I can't complain. I think that if I was going to get any active camo weapon aside from Covenant weapons, it would be one like this. So, pretty decent. I like this figure. So this is the last thing that we have, and it is the micro build of the Banished Phantom. I think it's really cool. The micro builds are kind of hit or miss for me a lot of times, but I think this is a pretty good one. I think it captures the shape pretty nicely. It has some nice, like, interesting pieces that even if you don't want to build this, you will be able to use for something, I'm sure. I think that this is probably... I like the bigger ship micro builds a little bit better, but I think this is decent. If you want to make like a micro build mock of these phantoms fighting against pelicans from the series 1 blind bags, I think that'd be really cool, and I would watch that video. So if you would post one, leave it in the comments. Micro builds, I hope they make some more intricate ones, but I think this is pretty decent. I'm not mad at it at all. I think I'll try and give you some more perspectives on it. I like these back pieces a lot. I think that really, if you just get one of these and you don't mean to and you don't want one, definitely use these pieces because they're really nice. This makes me really want an actual Banished Phantom that is, figure scale. I think that would be really good for Mega to do. But yeah, that's the Banished Phantom. So all in all, this is a pretty I'd say it's a pretty good series. There are definitely some standouts, and there are some figures that I feel are kind of lackluster. The green figure, I don't really care for it that much. The yellow figure, I don't know, it's just not really my style. But I really like the micro build, and I wasn't expecting to. It builds a lot nicer and looks a lot nicer in person. And also the Black Elite Ultra is amazing. So I think that's one of maybe my favorite blind bag figure ever, aside from the Delta Series Marine. So yeah, for the blind bag series overall, I think I'm going to go with 7.5, because, some really good standouts and then some figures that I didn't care for that much. But I want to know what you guys think. So please leave a comment below, please like this video, please subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, Mega Official. And have a great day. Bye.